We're going to introduce Trello, which is essentially our online notice board that we use to get up to date with everything that's going on with paediatric training in Wales and internationally. So we'll start by logging in. So there's two ways of doing this. You can either log in and set up an account yourself, but what we'll probably do is send you in an email some invitations to the different boards. Then you can set your own account up.
Yeah, and you can pick and choose as to which boards you feel are best for you.
Yeah, and you don't need to use your @Wales address. You can use the one that you use most frequently and have access to easily. I've used my Google there. Once you've logged on, it will come up with a variety of home pages, but this is the one that we've got at the moment, and it allows you to navigate the system really and see what you've got. So to start with, we get onto the boards and we can see all the boards that I kind of subscribe to or are a member of.
Yeah, the way to look at boards is almost like a topic area. So whatever board you're interested in, if you're interested in education, then you go to education board. If you want to know about the trainee interface, you go to the STC board. And then in each board, there are subheadings.
Yeah, and boards can either be public or they can be private. So these ones are from a paediatric conference that went on in June, and in the kind of collaborative nature to this, they set up these Trello boards, and there are lots of different people who are then adding stuff to it that generally happened at the different presentations. We'll take you through some of the private boards, which is for our training. To start with, we'll have a look at the STC board. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah, so there's Judith, our head of school. You'll probably be meeting her at induction, and Gillian too.
Going down to see really everyone who's important.
Yeah, including us, of course.
The best there.
Yeah.
And the way to navigate this is just scrolling to the right. So you've got lists which are in columns, and they go on for as long as you want them to. And to the right, again, it goes on indefinitely, but we try and keep it as concise to a kind of subject heading as possible. So on this one, we've got information about professional support, the training program. You've got the REN, which is our research kind of network. So then we would navigate over to a different board if we wanted to. And we're looking at online education. And this is all populated by you, us, everyone. You can see us in here, the only two people at the moment who have got our photos on there, but
there's at least one other.
There's
a few others.
Put your photos on so we can see who you are. And so this is everyone who's been invited. Don't do that.
It's all gone wrong.
Okay, that's okay. So as you can see there, this is my personal site. It's private, so you only get into it by being invited. You've got me up here, notifications that happen. So if you're watching particular boards, then it'll come on to that later. But all of the new content will be on there for you to have a look at. Yes, so e-modules have been kind of populated slightly by people. Free open access medical education. If there's anything that you use that you think would be useful to other people, then please just add it on there, and we'll show you how easy that is now.
Yeah.
So what do we want to add? We think that we have a book that we think is useful.
Yeah, exactly.
So for revision, we're going to go on to add a card. We're going to find a book that we think is useful that we have used to pass exams, which is Damien Rowland's Circuits. CH. I did mean him, yes. We'll get a quick picture of it to make it obvious to anyone where it is. Then we go back to this. So we add that card, click on there. We could write in some information about it, why it's useful, what we found particularly good about it.
Put a link up for where you can buy it from.
Put a link up to, Amazon or wherever, and other
retailers
are available.
We're not the BBC. We don't have a remake here.
And you copied that picture from before, paste it in here. It's going to come up, and then it's really easy for people to see what it looks like when they're searching for it online. So that's how you add a particular card. If you want to just add any kind of comments onto sections you're there already, this is Dragon Bites, which Assim is involved with.
So it's our paediatric podcast that we're getting up and running over the next couple of months, hopefully.
Which you'll help out with.
Which you're going to be helping out with. So if at some point you think of a really good idea for Dragon Bites, you can click on this card here. And you can just type one in. So have you got an idea, Tom?
I do actually, yeah. I'd quite like to see some interviews with charities and third sector organisations to find out what is available for families locally. Correct that. That's what I want to do.
There you go. So if we save that comment.
Save that.
There we go. So that automatically posts a comment on this card. A function, I know we're on Tom's account, but you'll notice there's still I that's over here. I've got that I on mine as well. That means I'm currently watching this board. So on any board, you can click to watch it. And that means if anything's updated on it at any point in time, you get an email notification. So it'll show up on your notification screen here, and you'll get an email about it as well. So it'll straight away know that someone's posted an idea for me.
Exactly, yeah. So these are useful apps that people, find they use on a almost daily basis. So if there's any that you find that are new and really useful, or you find out from Twitter that people are using and finding a fantastic resource, then please put them on there.
Yeah. One other thing to mention, say if you think of anything in online education that we haven't addressed, so we talked about books and we talked about podcasts and we talked about apps, and you think of something else, you can always add another list yourself. So just click there, you can add a whole other thing. Say you find, I can't think of anything else, but I'm sure there are other things you might come across.
Lists of useful people in Twitter.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Put that on there.
I will put that on there. I'll sort that out.
We'll do that later, yeah. People to follow on Twitter.
So I think that's all we want to mention about Trello. It's only going to be as useful as the people who use it and put content on it. So we're really trying to get everyone to collaborate and put stuff on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the stuff that's on there already is going to be really useful for you. You'll find information on the most recent deanery study days that have happened, the ones that are upcoming. You'll find information on conferences. Everything's pinned on this notice board. Yeah. So if there's anything that you're wondering about, probably you'll find it somewhere on Trello. And if you don't, you can add it so as other people know about it.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Any questions? Oh, this is just I was going to show you on the bottom what they are.
Exactly. Book your study leave in advance. It's all.
And you can see the previous ones, which
a bit further along. I think.
There we are. So you can see what's happened on the previous ones, but also we've already shown you Panopto, so you're able to go and see it on there as well. Some other resources all over the place. That's really really useful content. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.